YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts, and I'm Watts. We talking about NXT today. We're gonna talk about how everybody and their moms want certain people to get called up from NXT to the main roster, but the truth is, they don't know what the hell to do with these guys when they get to the main roster. And the real true fact of the matter is that, dog, you keep on signing too many people. Not every single free agent should be going to WWE or AEW. Now, I know that that's the goal, and every indie wrestler, their goal is to go to one of the main companies so that they can get their paper up, get more notoriety, become a legend. I do get that, and I totally understand that. But when you sign in so many people and it gets to a point where you don't know what to do with them, you know what starts to happen? I'm going to tell you what starts to happen. They end up going to NXT for developmental when they don't even really need to go to developmental at all. Some people, they grasp the understanding of how business is done a lot faster than others, but some people who has been in the wrestling community or wrestling world working the indies for 10 plus years, I'll be real with you, I don't think a lot of them should be going to NXT. I think that they know enough to know the lay of the land and should be able to adapt if they get to WWE or AEW and they're on the main roster. That's the God honest truth. And that leads me to what I'm about to say as well. A lot of the people that's on NXT now, they don't really want to go to the main roster, because imagine being considered somebody and being primed for the future, and then when you get to the main roster, the boss don't feel the same way as your prior boss or the prior booker did, and now you're just in limbo. A Carmelo Hayes can attest to this. This is super unfortunate. And to an extent, LA Knight, even though he has won championships and he has been at major PLEs and challenged for world titles, absolutely. But when you see issues like this going on with certain people getting picked and other people not getting picked and getting put on the back burner, you start to worry. You start to worry about the Jordan Graces of the world. You start to worry about Trick Williams, Obafemi, even Ethan Page. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're doing pretty damn good where they're at now. And that raises eyebrows to why not have NXT just be the third roster? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, they tried to do a little invasion angle in 2019 with WWE, where at Survivor Series, when NXT invaded Raw and SmackDown and wreaked havoc. And it felt like they were the third roster. It felt like they was the third show on the main roster. And I feel like there's enough star power on NXT where people will tune in every week. People will want to go and see NXT on a weekly basis if they was to travel a lot more, because they're in Florida. I think they're in Tampa. So that definitely raises more eyebrows for me, and it seems like a lot of people who are in Evolve, they get fast tracked to NXT eventually down the line. I mean, they both share the same locker room pretty much, and I think that they do Evolve tapings before they do NXT tapings. So that would be a good idea. It would feel like dark matches. It would feel like, before SmackDown comes on, you'll see the Velocity show be aired or be recorded and stuff like that. And I think that that would be a good idea, because we all know that this guy Triple H, he only pushes his favorites. I mean, most bookers only push their favorites, but for whatever reason, the difference between Vince McMahon and Triple H is that Vince McMahon, even if he didn't necessarily care for the character, care for the wrestler or the gimmick, if he saw that he can make money with you, he's going to use you and he's going to put you in the forefront. Now, I'm not saying I'm a Vince McMahon stan. I'm not saying that I enjoy Vince more than Triple H. Well, there's parts of Vince McMahon that I did enjoy more than this Triple H thing. Like, I don't know. I thought I was under the impression, I think we all got hoodwinked, that the fact that Triple H ran NXT the way he did, he was going to implement a lot of those things into the main roster, but all we get is repetitive booking at this point. But that's another story for another day. We already had that conversation a plethora of times. I'm tired of having that conversation. But it seems like it's never going to change, at least not going to change for right now. So we will have to continue having these uncomfortable discussions at some point. But like I said, though, I wholeheartedly feel like NXT should be the new stomping ground, the new main roster show at this point, because there's no reason why 38-year-olds should be competing on a developmental brand if they've already been within the company for years. And like I said, some people adapt faster than others. I think Julia coming to the main roster was a mistake. I feel like she could have fared a little bit longer in NXT, possibly win the NXT title back. There was a lot of feuds that were left on the table. Stephanie Vicaire, I'm not mad at her getting shipped out to Raw, but I do think that Julia could have stayed there a little bit longer, just to continue to get her bearings up. Maybe win the North American title, or be, I don't know, Julia 2 belts. Who knows? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I wholeheartedly, again, do feel like this is the direction that they're going to go in within the next 2 years. But that's just me. I want to know what you guys think. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking with me. I'm super appreciative of those who are tapped in, those who subscribe, like, comment. I'm super grateful, gratified. Seriously, can't do this without you guys. And that's just straight facts. You know what I'm saying? There's not much else to be said in that regard. I'm just super grateful. If you're new here and you like what you see, like and subscribe. If not, I totally understand that too. But like I said, we're on the road to 1,000. And again, even if I wasn't getting a lot of likes, a lot of clicks, a lot of views, a lot of subs, I would probably still be on here doing this because I just like discussing wrestling. I like discussing hip-hop, and hip-hop is coming. Best believe hip-hop is coming, ladies and gentlemen. But yo, I'm out. Peace.